Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. Scottie Pippen now back in on MJ as the GOAT. Let's take a listen to what Scottie had to say about MJ on their Horace Grant Luke Longley tour.
Was Michael the best or the greatest ever?
For sure. I mean, you look at the MVPs that he was able to achieve, but I think it was all brought from us being successful as a team. Obviously, someone is going to bring those accolades home, but yeah, he was the greatest player, definitely in basketball.
Okay, when did at first it was Michael, then it was LeBron, and then he said all these things in his memoir about Michael, and now he's back. Now he's back on what's he selling? What he got out there? But does he got a wine? Does he got a book? Does he got a newspaper? Is he selling cars? What's he selling?
He has a last name called Pippen, right? Pippen, them Pippins is tripping right now. They chasing that Jordan blood. You got his wife out there leaving and coming back. She done realize, goddamn it, I need the Jordan brand. Now the real Pippen, no Bulls tour, realize, no. You need Bull. His ass is back, Mr. Jordan. I just think that just with the Pippen, you just got to follow Michael Jordan at this point.
I'm just trying to figure out, if you feel a way, you feel a way. There's nothing. I feel a certain way about a certain player. No matter what happens between me and said player, that doesn't change it, because you and I might have had a falling out. That doesn't change what you've done. That doesn't change how I feel about you. I might not like your ass personally, but what you did on the field, what you did on the court, what you did on the baseball diamond or the field, that doesn't change. So I'm just trying to figure out, I've seen fish. I've had fish caught on the bank that did less flopping than this.
Listen, that's the problem with being number two. Nobody cares about number 2 and 3 and 4. I'm sorry, right? We didn't come to see you, Otis. Everybody came there to see Michael Jordan. Right?
Well, I'm trying to figure out who in the hell else could have played. I don't give a damn. But I mean, if you really think about it, who else could you put beside Jordan? If you take whomever else that you have on Mount Rushmore, if you put them beside Jordan, especially now, it might, because see, let's just say for the sake of argument, Gil, Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, but he ain't got no shoe. So he got regular shoes, and he ain't got no air in his shoes, and he can't fly, but he's still Michael Jordan.
It's just one of those things where I think they thought that they were going to get off, and reality kicked in. Because if you listen to why they were mad, it was dumb reasons. Horace Grant, they didn't tell me that. They didn't say that I talked back to Michael Jordan. I want the world to know that I talked back to Michael Jordan. So you think they was going to spend 15 minutes on a dock for you to talk back to Michael? We don't care about you talking back to Michael Jordan. You sorry, son. What's wrong with you? You average, I don't know what you average, but obviously we didn't care because they done traded your ass and brung in somebody else and they still won 3 championships.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like, who do they think the problem with the tour is, besides Pippen, the rest of y'all, no one cared. Okay, you and your goggles can get the hell on.
I think the thing with Luke is that he was saying, like Jordan said, he gave Luke a compliment against Utah. I think he had like 14 points in the first quarter. He said, Luke, you play unbelievable. They ended up losing the game by 30, and Luke had 14 in the first quarter, and he finished the game with 14. And he said, that's the last time I'm giving you a compliment. The only problem that I had, I mean, Jordan said what he said. He did what he did. We knew, I mean, I'm old enough to remember Jordan, so I didn't really, obviously behind the scene was great. But when he brought Scottie Pippen into it, because he wasn't there when Scottie wouldn't go back into the ball game. So I don't know how that's a part of his story. It's like me and you, Gil, and you do something like the incident that happened, and it happens before Shannon gets there. But I do my story and I include you in it. You're like, man, you wasn't even there. Why the hell you talking about what happened and you weren't even there? Now, obviously, he had great insight. I'm sure, he was still talking to Phil. I don't know. He didn't have no great relationship, so I know he ain't getting no information from Jerry Krause, but he still had guys on the team that I'm sure that was friendly with Mike.
Yeah, of course. But so, yeah, he could have left it out. I heard Pippen, and Pippen's argument is valid, but it's not reality, right? I don't know why you're drawing up a play for this guy. I'm Scottie Pippen. I'm this, and I'm an MVP candidate. That's all great. But are you a finisher? Do you hit game winners? Do you take big shots? Some guys just are not that guy, right? If Westbrook has the gripe and say, well, I'm Russell Westbrook. I'm averaging a triple-double. I need to take the last shot. No, you don't. No, you don't. We know not, right? Ben, no, you do not, right? Giannis, come on, goddammit. I got
Dame took that last shot.
You know what I mean? So what he's saying is valid because of the name, but not valid because of your skill, right? He drew. This is the coach. Y'all got championships. He drew the player for the guy who had the best chance of making it. And sorry, you and the fact that this is a 3-time NBA champ, and you refuse to come in the game. Don't let me know that,
right? Because
you guys' narratives.
It changed a lot of people's perception of him, though. You can't do that. You can't refuse. Gil, you can't refuse to go into the game. Okay, they draw the play up. The play ain't coming to me. I ain't running no route. I ain't going. What?
Now, you see why I have now you see why I have a problem with the 80s and the 90s, because the narrative about the guys today, prima donnas and this, and I'm like, wait, hold on. Do you guys know who you were when you got playing?
The problem is, Gil,
because social media. Then, if a player did that today and said, "Oh, y'all do," if Giannis said, "I'm not going in the game if y'all giving the ball to Dame," there would be a fucking uproar. But you did the same thing. So I'm the type of guy like, hold on, I'm going to raise my hand and say, I'm going to call cap. You did it too, sir.
Gil, a lot of what the players of the old are resentful of is the power and the money that today's players have. And even Michael Jordan did not have the power of Steph Curry, of LeBron James, because he tried. When LeBron James was in his prime, when he was at Cleveland, if somebody was willing to trade, there's not a player that Jerry Krause like, nah, you don't tell us who to draft. We're gonna get who we want, and we don't want no more of them sorry North Carolina players. And no, he can't. Yeah, I mean, so the players then they're resentful because the players can move freely. Michael Jordan, they couldn't go nowhere. You're like, you either play for me or you don't play at all. It's really that simple.
But that's the thing. We have the power because of you guys. You got the little power that you guys had because the generation before you, it's a trickle effect, right? If you listen to some of the older guys, when Michael Jordan made that $30 million a year, what you think they were saying?
Yeah, if you make it 6.
Like every generation hates the next one. This generation right now making $50 million.
When the next guy start making 75 and 100, they like, man,
that's life, man. Everyone moves the needle and do their part, right? And the fact that when you guys throw shots at them, you have somebody who's researched too that says, hold on, I'm gonna throw shots back. You calling us prima donnas? Hey, there's a group called Detroit Pistons. They say y'all was prima donnas too, and y'all had the rule because they was bullying y'all. Y'all won championships not with your team. You won championships with our team. You bought all our players. But you let Isaiah Thomas talk. He gonna say, well, if you look at the Bulls team when they won, don't that look like the Detroit Pistons? We getting roughed up by our own teammates. You know what I mean? So there's history. Sometimes you just got to enjoy the game, no matter how it looks. It's not going to look the way it looked when you played.
It's okay, though, Gil. It's okay. It's called evolution. Athletes get bigger, stronger, faster. They get more skilled. The game changed. And it's okay. It is okay. You would have, at 20 years ago, Mark Eaton couldn't be, rest his soul, Victor Wembanyama. There was not a guy like Giannis, but it's called evolution. And guys grow up now and they got AAU and they got coaches. I mean, your son probably had a coach. Well, you were an NBA player. You know, you was coaching your son, an NBA player, at 5, 6, 7 years old. They didn't have that. Their dads wasn't in the NBA. They didn't making the money that was going to pay for a personal coach. Now guys can do that on their own if they don't have time to coach and train them themselves. So guys are better. The sooner you do things, the better you're going to get at it. So I'm not saying everybody, look, there are more guys. If you think about it, think about how many guys can shoot the equivalent of Larry Bird from the three. And Larry Bird was thought of as a great three-point shooter. Think about how many guys got a better percentage. You'd be surprised of how many guys got a better percentage, and he won three-point competitions that shoot the three ball better than he is. He did. So it is okay. I don't get upset. I take it for what it is. Hey, Kelsey and them and all these guys, hey, give them their credit. Hey, he the GOAT. And Gronk and Gates and all these guys, hey, I did what I did. I love the era in which I played in, but I'm willing to give guys credit. I ain't taking nothing from them.
Yeah, like even with my son, right? And with Steph Curry's the best shooter because his dad was a shooter, and what his dad learned by the time he retired, he instilled it into his son, right? So same thing with me. Everything I learned, all the tricks I learned and did, and the training I did, I get to start my son at 12 with the same mentality. Right. So now my son has Jason Tatum moves in high school. So by the time he gets to the pros, if he gets there, his bag and package will be totally different than mine. Point of evolution. And that's what people don't understand. The guards of then, the Isaiah Thomas, you have nothing, there's no offense. At 6'1", you're fast and quick. And at 6'4", I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm more explosive, I'm more dangerous offensively, right? You were very great in your time. Can't take nothing away from you. But what I got to do is I got to learn what you did, add my sauce, add this. That's just how it is. And people don't understand that. With the Kobe's, the Jason Tatums, they get to look at the package
and steal everything.
Learn it, add it, steal it, boom, and add on to it. It's just that's
or they call it in music, they call it sampling. But Gil, and what I tell guys, I say, guys, like when I was in the league, there were only a handful of guys, myself and Coates, Novacek, Brent Jones. There were only a handful of guys that could legitimately, really, when you got down to it, it was just me and Coates in the mid 90s that could go get you 1,000 double-digit touchdowns. Now there are more guys that can do what only a handful could do. So when Isaiah was handling the ball like he could, there 2 or 3 guys on the team that can handle the ball like Isaiah can. And Rod Strickland with that package. You got several guys that got a package like that. Now, I'm not saying that, but look at Kyrie. We didn't think we'd ever see a guy like a Rod Strickland or a guy like Isaiah or a guy like Jason Williams. And Kyrie, what Kyrie can do with the ball is and one Harlem Globetrotters. And he can finish with either hand at the rim. And he's a 3-level scorer at the paint, either and at the rim, either hand. Mid-range, 3, foul him. He go to the free throw line, go make somewhere between 87 and 90% of his shots. But there are a lot of guys that can do what only a handful could do back then. And I don't know why they don't want to give them credit. It's called evolution. Your kids probably are smarter and can do things easier than what you could.
Yeah.
Remember, I know my kids, look, they might not have the depth, but I'm talking about this like general knowledge. Man, them kids, the work, the school work that they were doing, man, they doing stuff in the 3rd and 4th grade. Hell, I was doing it in high school.
Yeah.
I bet it. No, I couldn't do that homework. They're like, Dad, I got some homework. I said, okay, I'll call you a tutor. I can't help you. You're going to fail the class now.
But just like in football, there at some point as a quarterback, there's going to be a switch thrower. There's going to be a guy, and then once the one comes in, everyone after him will be taught to throw with their right and their left just as accurate. That's coming. That's the evolution. You know what I mean? And I don't think people factor in any of that. Like I remember when I came in 2001, and I remember my first time against John Stockton and Gary Payton, right? I frightened because the ideal of what I used to watch, Gary Payton getting that glove, get that little smirk. Oh, shit. Boom. What happened was after I got that first hit, they not like that, right? The things that they're trying to do, that doesn't work against me. So first time I said, all right, hey, Antoine, hey, dip out. I'm about to see how fast he really is, right? And took off on him. Meet me at the rim. Like, oh my God. He can't even stay in front of me. Now you look at year 2, Gary Payton, John Stockton, it's boom, boom, boom. Then from there, all these defensive rules that they were in, they're non-existent. It is outdated, right? It's an outdated system. It was. Like, people don't realize, people think AI changed the point guard position. AI was a shooting guard. I was the point guard that changed it. I was the aggressor in it. It was me. I was the top scorer at 28-29. Number 2 was Mike James. Number 3 is Mike Bibby, right? Think about the names I'm saying, right? Mike James, Mike Bibby at 18 and 19 and 17. Those were it was still those type of guards. You know, Jason Kidd, Tony Parker. It wasn't guys that are trying to score 30 on you. These guys are trying to run offense. I'm trying to embarrass you. So how are you going to play defense against me when you got to run your team and then you got to play defense against a dude who's trying to score like a Kobe Bryant? Now every guard is that.
All these guys are twos masquerading as points. De'Aaron Fox ain't no point.
Yes.
James Harden is a 2. Russ was a 2. All the Steph Curry is a 2. These guys, Draymond runs the offense at Golden State. Yeah. Steph is a 2. Those guys are 2 was masquerading. Give those guys credit. But when you look at what they've been able to do, evolution, I just wish and I would just wish the old guard would give the new guard credit, because they make it seem like they bums, and they're not. And they're not.
Listen, they can say what they want. I know one thing they can't do, guard them. They can say you can't guard them. The reason you can't guard them is because y'all didn't play like that for you to even know these movements. You never played backpedaling in the whole game. You never played with a guy like James Harden sitting there trying to beat. No, this ain't that. Bring it back down. Let the big man get the cross screen. Pass it down to him. Yeah. You didn't. No. John Stockton, I'm going to walk you all the way down to the free throw line and then set the pick right here. If I walk you down to the free throw line, you getting post up, little man. This ain't no like job. You getting post. Steve Nash. Let's get to the block.
Right.
Now the Matrix got to guard me because I keep posting up this little guard. Come on, John, bring your old. Let's go. Work this block. All right. Switch off. Come on, Matt Harper in. Now you got to put Matt Harper in on me because John Stockton too little. Now I'm going one-on-one with you because you are 2 guard, not fast enough to be a point guard. Right? Now, me trying to guard someone like James Harden when he has to be stopped by the twos and the threes. Now you have a real point guard trying to guard him.
Right. And he's hard to 6'4", 6'5". But here's the thing. These guys now got handles. I mean, look at Hard. They'll be do. And then once he developed that step back, that side step three, which everybody seems to have added to their bag, they got that tool out of his toolbox and added it to theirs. How do you stop him? Because you know he can get by you still. He's slithery. He's not as slithery as he once was. He's not as explosive as he once was, but he's still explosive enough to get by you. And then when you back up off him, guess what? He steps back and shoots the three. And now you're just at his mercy and just hopes he misses it because he's getting wide open looks.
Yeah. It's arguing with people's vision of when they first seen basketball for the first time, right? It's just like anything in life. When you've seen it for the first time, that's all you know what it looks like. That was the purest form for you as an individual. Ever since then, it is considered a watered down version of what was introduced to you. That's just life. How it was introduced to you back in the 80s, 83, 84, 85, the way the game was played was the purest for you, right? So everything after that considered is watered down, right? That's how it is. It's watered down. It's not like that. Like the 80s is not the toughest. They are considered weak compared to the 70s and the 60s, right? Where you get to get clothesline and I can, punch in your face and then it's just a mouth. That was that era. They had to clean it up for TV, right? So TV got involved. It was cleaned. That was clean. And then the 90s, a little bit cleaner, 2000 cleaner. And now you have a entertaining game. This game now is entertainment. It's not basketball. This is entertainment. I'm going to put butts in the seats. I'm in the business of selling a show. So you can say, oh, they don't play no defense. Oh, they don't do this. You can say it all you want. Adam Silver gonna say this. Yeah, we've been looking into what you want me to say? Yeah, we've been looking into
ways maybe we've tilted it too far in the offensive favor. Maybe we're trying to find a way to get defense back involved.
He ain't doing nothing. How you gonna see a flaw in something that's paying people $50-60 million? Yeah. Huh? $50-60 million, and you think they think it's a flaw? My bank account says, hey,
perfect.
Everything is just like we're playing.